Hi everybody, Sister District Nation. I'm Rita Bosworth, the founder of Sister District. I am here with my wonderful team.
Hi, I'm Lala Wu.
Hi, Candace.
Hi, Gabby Goldstein.
And we want to thank you for tuning in to our second Facebook Town Hall. What we're going to focus on today are the two main questions that we have been getting. One is what it is that we're doing right now and what you can be doing right now. And the second is, how are we different from the other groups that are in this space? So those are the 2 points we're going to cover today. And so starting with what it is that Sister District is doing right now, we're going to go to Candace.
So right now, all of you guys who are out there volunteering with us have heard about the 9 races that you've been assigned to. We're really excited about these races for 2017. They're the first round of races that we've assigned, and they got assigned in April. The majority of these races are actually based in Virginia, where all 100 seats in the House of Delegates are up for election this year. The races were chosen because we think that they're strategic, they're winnable, because the candidates who are who they are, and we really want to help these candidates out. And we know that what we're doing here with Sister District can actually make a difference in some of these races. We'll be getting more races assigned in June. So everybody who has a race right now is going to get another whole set of races in June. But these races that we were able to assign in April, we were able to assign them because there are no other candidates running in opposition. It's a primary free race. So we knew that right away that we could start devoting all of our time and attention to these candidates straight away.
Yes, and so if you have a race right now, that's going to be your candidate in November, and your team's going to get another one in June, and we're actively working on that. Okay, Gabby, why don't you talk about volunteer activities?
Yeah, so Lala and I have been spending a lot of time talking with the campaign teams for each of our candidates to understand what it is that they need from us, and importantly, what our volunteers can start doing now, because we know that everybody's really eager to start volunteering now. So we've got a set of phone bank trainings that are coming down the pike. We're getting those scheduled with each of our campaigns, and those will be held through WebEx or another platform online, so you can watch online, and they'll also be archived, so that each of our candidates can explain what it is that they want to convey in their phone banking program. Then we'll be holding open hours each week for each candidate, so that our teams can call in and phone bank for their candidate, and they'll know that once a week, say Mondays between 5 and 7, is their open hours for Sister District to call in and phone bank for their candidate once they get trained. So that's starting really soon as next week, and so look out for some information about the trainings and phone banking opportunities. We're also talking to them about postcards, having our team members come together and write postcards, and other sorts of get out the vote information that we can send out through the actual snail mail to folks in district. We're also letting our campaigns know about how many volunteers want to come and put boots on the ground and canvass. And we're also learning that a lot of our volunteers that don't live in Virginia or in the places where they're assigned races would love to go to district and canvass and volunteer. So we're thinking about putting together some field trips over the summer and early fall where we can all go and learn about the district and put our boots on the ground and build our community a little bit more that way as well. So those are some things that are coming down the pike. If you have any questions for the campaigns or for your candidate, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you guys so much for not reaching out directly to the campaigns. They would be overwhelmed with the requests. I'm very happy to channel those requests to the candidates and to the campaign managers. So please feel free to email me with any requests, including I'm doing a lot of scheduling Skype conversations between the candidates and our team members when they hold small fundraisers and meetings, and so that's something else that's a great way to get involved with your particular candidate and learn about them, get to meet them over Skype. All those things are available if you email me, and we'll work through what your requests are.
And also sharing on social media.
Yes, please, we're working hard to get the message out that our candidates are great and all the things that are going on in their campaigns and in their districts. And so that's another thing that our volunteers can do now is help get that message out through their social media channels as well.
And we have set up a Facebook page for each candidate, so all you have to do is request to join, and we will approve you to join that Facebook page. We have, for the district captains, we have a Slack channel for each candidate. So there are a lot of ways to communicate with everybody about how to support the candidates, and the more people involved, the better. So spread the word. Okay, let's talk about training.
Sure. Before I jump into the training program that we have, wanted to just say also that if you have not yet filled out the form that indicates your volunteer interests or the different types of activities you're interested in, please go to our website. There's a little link at the top that says Sister Races, and then you can find your sister race and then fill out the volunteer form there, and that way we'll know what you're interested in, and you can stay informed of those opportunities. So please check that out. We've also got some great info about the candidates there that you can learn more about. And then I also wanted to really quickly just put a fine point on how much we appreciate that you kind of go through us. We know you're super eager to talk to the campaigns, but these campaigns are very, very, very small. Oftentimes they often have just 2 to 3 paid staff. So you can imagine the sister district community is very large. We're very grateful for that, but it means that they would be overwhelmed if everybody was to contact them directly. So there's that. In terms of training, we've got a couple super exciting programs coming up. We have in Virginia this Sunday on May 7th, starting at 1 p.m. at Key Elementary School in Arlington, a training where it's going to be a meet and greet with candidates. A few of our candidates from Wave 1 that we're supporting will be there to meet our volunteers who are able to attend, and campaign staff from those races will also be there to do training. We're going to be doing an overview of campaigns, how they work, how volunteers fit into it, as well as doing some training on phone banking and canvassing, the data entry that's super important and helpful, and then other ways to get involved, including postcards, letters to the editor, things like that. So it should be really exciting. We realize your time is valuable, so we're trying to keep it really quick, snappy, good overview. We want to make sure that you have a good experience as a volunteer so that you feel a little bit more prepared, and then also so that the candidates and the races can get the support that they really need. So that is exciting. Like I said, that's coming up on May 7th.
And we'll be there.
And yeah, that's right.
Lala and Gabby.
Gabby and I will be there. So come hang out with us, say hi. We would really, we're looking forward to meeting as many of you as possible in person. And if you can't make it in person, we will be recording it, and so that it can be available later for your viewing online. We're doing something very similar in Seattle just the next weekend, right before Mother's Day. So it's going to be Saturday, I believe May 13th, also starting around 1 p.m. And it will be in Seattle at the Finney Community Center. I get to combine this with a trip home for my grandmother's 99th birthday, which is very exciting. So I will also be there. I would love to, I've already met some of you, but I would love to meet more of you in Seattle to support Manka Dhingra's very exciting run for State Senate District 45. So we're going to be covering a lot of the same topics there. Manka will be there herself to do a little meet and greet, and as well as you're going to hear directly from campaign staff about what it is exactly that they want you to know to be effective and helpful. So really hope you can join us. And again, if you can't, they will be recorded and you can watch it later.
Very excited. And then I just want to talk a little bit about the other thing that we're asking people to do, which is donate and raise money. And I think some people are a little bit concerned that there's a big focus on fundraising, so I want to talk about that a little bit. So first of all, we're pretty early in these campaigns. We're well before the primaries in Virginia. And the earlier you can donate money to candidates, the more strategically they can use that money. They can hire more staff early on, and that really does improve their chances of winning later. And so it helps them a lot more to raise money early on than like in the 2 weeks before the election happens. And so that's why that was one of the first things we did was set up those ActBlue accounts for the candidates. I also want to make sure everybody understands that these are small races. They're The amount of money that most of them have raised publicly so far is between $10,000 and $25,000. And so these are not those big national races where you feel like your $10 is going to mean nothing. Your $10 goes a long way for people who have budgets of this size. And that's part of the reason that we are in state races, because we feel that we actually can make a huge difference through all of our small donations and our fundraisers. And so keep that in mind when you're doing your $10 donation. And we're not asking you to do these huge donations. If you gave $10 and 10 of your friends gave $10 and it went along like that, that would be a significant amount for these candidates. And they are so grateful. Really, the outpouring of support that we've received from the candidates and their campaign managers, even when they just have a few $100s in their accounts from us, they're overwhelmingly grateful. And so we want you guys to know that they really appreciate everything that you're doing for them. It's also important to keep in mind that Republicans spend 4 times more money on state candidates than Democrats. And that is hugely significant because, as we know, the Democrats have lost over 1,000 state legislative seats across the country in the past 8 years. And that has all sorts of consequences, none the least of which is that we now have 25 Republican trifecta states. And they are, I think, only 6 states short of being able to pass a constitutional amendment. So this is not nothing. These state races are significant, and donating to state candidates is meaningful on every level. So that's just something to keep in mind. I know that every group right now is asking for money, and I know it gets tiring, and I feel it too. But when I think about how very meaningful it is to support these state races, it does motivate me. And then I also want to make very, very clear that the money that we are asking people to donate to the candidates goes 100% to the candidates. It does not actually even pass through our organization. We don't take a cut of it. We don't get any sort of percentage. It goes straight to the candidate. We are able to set up pages so that we can track how many donations are coming from our members, and that's important for us to keep track of our metrics. But we are not taking any of that money. It 100% goes to the candidates. I want to be very clear about that. Now, we also separately are raising money for our organization, for Sister District, and we have our own CrowdPack page to raise money for our operational expenses, which are increasing because luckily and thankfully our organization is growing and we're supporting more races, and it's very exciting. But there are costs to this. As of now, the 4 of us are still volunteers. We have an amazing team of volunteers that are helping us. It would not be possible without our volunteers, ranging from our super volunteers to the people that have just joined. Really, this is driven 100% by your time and energy and efforts, and we could not be more thankful. But in order to really achieve all the successes that we want, we are going to try to hire some staff and invest in our infrastructure so that we can be a force. That's our goal. So I hope that clarifies some things about fundraising, why it's important, where we stand on it, and I hope that people understand how important this is. Okay, we're going to move on to the second question that we get a lot, which is, there are a lot of organizations in this space. How are we different? And it's a great question, and there are a lot of organizations in this space, and we know them, and we talk to them, and we work with them. We love them, really. They're wonderful, just wonderful people who are running these heartfelt grassroots organizations, and we could not be more pleased to be working with them. And we do think that we complement each other, and we want to address some specific differences. So we'll start with how we're different from Swing Left. We get that question a lot.
Yeah. So Swing Left, as Rita said, amazing organization. There's 2 main differences that we'd like to highlight between Sister District and Swing Left. The first is that Swing Left is principally looking at congressional races, whereas we are really investing heavily in state legislative races. So that's one difference. And then another difference is that Swing Left is really gearing up for the 2018 election cycle. And we're on the ground in 2017 working directly on races already. So those are two key differences.
And of course, we will be working on more races in 2018.
Of course.
But we are actively supporting state candidates right now.
Yeah, in 2018, congressional races, everybody's going to be working on the congressional races because we all have a vested interest in trying to make a difference. But for right now, our main focus this year is state races.
And we will, our data team, we have a wonderful data team, by the way. I love them. I just sounded like Donald Trump right there.
They're fabulous.
He's wearing
They're
on
great.
me.
They're very good. They're very good. They're absolutely fabulous.
They're the best.
Tops.
They actually really are, though.
They really are. It's not a lie. They are just starting to dig into the races we're going to be in 2018. I'm really excited about that. It is going to be largely state races once again, and there are going to be a lot of state races next year in 2018. But as Candace says, we can't resist supporting some congressional races as well. And where there is room to overlap with Swing Left on that, we'll be working with them.
Absolutely. And I can talk a little bit about Flippable, which is the other organization that we are very lucky to get compared to often as well. So Flippable is a digital platform that focuses on supporting state races, and they've got amazing content on their website. Definitely encourage you to check it out. The main difference is that Sister District has teams on the ground, and so we have people meeting with their district captains and with each other all over the country, and coordinating on that local level. So that's kind of the main difference.
Yeah, and we encourage our local teams to engage in other activities. We encourage you to partner with your indivisible groups. We encourage you to go to your local Democratic meetings, other activist organizations in your community. We really want to help foster these teams that are going to work on sister races, but also be active members of your community. That's a big part of it for us. And our sister model is that we are assigning each team a particular race, as opposed to giving a list of all races and just asking people to generally support them. So Flippable is amazing. We're so lucky to be in the same space as them. They're doing such wonderful work. And I think that both of our organizations, there's definitely room for all of us. Don't worry, everybody. We're talking to people. We're working with people. There's room for a lot of people in this space, and it's also
Probably more.
important. Yeah, probably more.
So, if you want to work in Swing Left, work with Flippable, Swing Left, and Sister District, do it. Adopt a state, get on that. Resurgent Left, join in. All of them sign up, be active. Whatever works for you. Your indivisible group wants to mass join us. Perfectly great. We're ready and willing to take on anybody who can do anything in any way, and we want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to contribute in any way that they feel like it's important to them.
Yeah, and check out our allies page. We have links to just a few of the organizations that we've spoken to and really, really love. So
Yeah, absolutely. We all have the same mission, and we're just hoping for the same result in 2018 and 2020. So everybody get on board. Candace is going to say a word about tech because she is the smartest person in the room by far, and she fixes everything for us.
Yes.
So basically, if you have something that you want me to do, just email me. Something not working, email me. If something's blowing up, email me. Any of the emails you send to Sister District, I will read. I'm always on my computer late at night going through these things. Send me a message on Slack. If I don't get to it right away, send it to me again. I tend to lose things on my to-do list, but I think all of us would say, talk to us, make requests. We are totally willing to work with you. I'm working right now to try and make things easier for different groups who have very specific requests and asks. If you ask me and I can figure it out, I'll do it. And if I can't figure it out, I'm going to try and ask someone who can help me figure it out for you. We just really want to make this experience as easy and as smooth as possible. So if you're a group and you want a specific page to fundraise for your candidate, let me know.
Yes.
I can get that to you right away. If you want me to try and tinker with some stuff to make it easier for you to send out emails to your group, let me know. I can help you out with that. Just please feel free, welcome, and contact any of us, all of us, with any of your requests. We're really trying to make this as easy and as smooth for you as possible.
yes, and even I'm very guilty of this, and I'm sorry. And even if we don't respond immediately, we want to talk to you. It's really we're just. There's a lot of balls in the air.
Yeah.
So we
Remind
really
us.
want to talk to you. So feel free. You're not bugging us. Email
Yeah.
us again.
Yeah.
We want to hear from you.
It's all since we're still volunteers, we still have our day jobs. So sometimes we have to do that work too.
But we think of this as our community too. We're in this with you, and so think of us as your friends and your partners on this journey.
Awesome.
You guys, we cannot be more thankful for your support, and I'm blown away. I'm continually blown away by what this has turned into. And we have so many plans and ideas and visions for the future. And really, we can't wait to just keep on going. So thank you for all of your support. I don't. Sorry, our social guru just showed me a message. I don't understand it. But anyways, thank you, and thank you for tuning in.
I want to send a special shout out to Mike, who is in Virginia, or DC, who is going to do a big fundraiser very soon. We're going to be putting on our website for his candidate in VA 50, Lee. And so these are the things. If you guys need us to make big asks and do some stuff for you, we're more than willing to do so because we love what you're doing for all of our different candidates.
Yeah, absolutely. And in particular, if you want to hear about how you're collaborating on the ground, the creative ideas that you have, shout out to the district captains in Vermont that have this super innovative idea to do a soup subscription that will support sister district and its candidates. Yeah, oh, good one. So there's, I think that like the sky is the limit. There's all kinds of awesome ideas out there. We're continually blown away. So want to hear from you about what you guys are thinking.
Awesome.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.